Hey guys, welcome back. I hope that you're all good. I'm sat down today for a home video, which I think may be one of my first sat down home videos, but correct me if I'm wrong. We are cracking on with the bathroom, and obviously I'm kind of like keeping that behind the scenes at the moment, and hopefully it won't be that long until we're finished. So today I thought I would take you through 10 items that are making our house more of a haven at the moment, and especially living through a renovation, having lived through a renovation, the things that have kind of got me through, the things that I know that I would take again. It's something that moving into the house, we actually brought all of our items in on the first day that we got the keys, and I didn't really separate out in the boxes what we would want, and this is the kind of things that I would have kept out to put in the home. And the first one is one that I'm gonna have to do an overlay of, and that is the rug that we have put in our hallway as you initially walk in. And this has come in so useful, very useful for renovating, but to be honest, it's something that I'm probably gonna have in the house moving forward all of the time. If you have animals, like any dogs, kids, just generally people coming in and out of the house, it is just perfect for that to catch all of the mess that's walking in. We do also have, so it's I say a rug, but it's actually in the material of what you would have as a doormat. It's a little bit thinner than that, but it is quite durable and rough at the same time. So as you walk into our door, we do have a doormat, and then you come through a second door and we have this long runner. And let's face it, not all of the dirt gets picked up in that first doormat, and it just means that it's like as you're walking through, it picks up a lot more dirt, which obviously isn't then getting transferred around the house. And the reason that I love it so much is because it looks really good. It looks a bit like a jute rug, which personally really suits my style, but also you can get these like cut custom to size. So at the moment we actually picked ours up secondhand on a buy and sell website. The people had theirs cut and it didn't quite fit their size. It's perfect for our hallway. But if you wanted like an actual corner for as you walked in, you could get it cut, and they're really reasonably priced. My next thing is my faux flowers. You may be thinking, and so many people that say, when you're living in a renovation, don't get all of the knickknacks out, it'll just get dusty. But the thing is, if you're doing it like us and you're doing it for a long time, you're gonna want to live. You're gonna want to have rooms that you keep nice, and you're just gonna want something a little bit happy in your spaces, because it's been the one thing that I feel like has kept me going and has made it feel like home, which is so important in the space that you're living in, and especially at the moment because it's really hard to get like hold of flowers. And I've had these for a few years now. I did kind of invest. I went for quite quality flowers, so the hydrangeas especially, and I'm so glad that I did, because hydrangeas are just classic. I know that I'll have them for years. I actually have like a few of my more wintry arrangements still in here. I need to change that up, which is actually really nice because it means that the sun's coming out and the spring and summer are on their way. And now my tips with these would be to go for a lot of classic items and neutral colors. If you are worried about dust on them, if you're going to be cleaning them, a hairdryer is exactly what you need to use. So just give them a quick go over. You're going to want it on a cooler setting so that hopefully you don't burn any of it. But it keeps it fresh, and to change it up, like seasonally, I do something just a little bit different. So I take the hydrangeas out over winter, which some of you guys may have noticed, and pop in the berries. So this time around, I put back in the hydrangeas and I'll take out the berries. And then lastly, of course, I do also put them in clear vases because I don't mind, but these I had to bend over. A ceramic or coloured vase is perfect because it obviously hides and shows that they're not in water. This one here, I think I picked up from Dalesford, but H&M do some really good ones, which are very similar. By the way, I have my little pot of mini eggs that I was talking about the other day. I've eaten all the yellow ones, if you can tell, because they're my favourite. On a totally digressing. But I think that the yellow ones taste better, or at least that they all taste the same, but you guys tell me. Do the yellow ones taste better? I'm sure they do. Now this is an item that I actually picked up when we were like, I think a few months into the house. We may have been thinking about moving in, and if you're new to the channel, our house had a lot of nicotine, and I just so wanted to have that fresh feeling. I do love candles. I loved candles when I moved in, but kind of moved over to these Aroma Diffusers. They're so just like the fresh smelling. They just give off a lovely scent, but at the same time, they have a much more fresh feeling than a candle. I picked this one up quite cheaply off of Amazon because I wanted to give it a go, see if I actually used it. I do use it with essential oils. I was going to be upgrading to the one from the White Company, but they sold out really, really quickly. So hopefully when they come back in stock, I'm gonna pick up one of those. And I'd love to have these dotted around the house, a bit like you would a candle. They're super easy. You literally just like pop in a bit of water, and to be honest, you can keep that water for a few goes because, well, ours especially seems so fragrant that you don't need it on that long. Ours also does light up, but I never really use the light up function. Moving on to number 4, this is like our lifesaver. If this broke, I'd be gutted because we use it so often. So we no longer use our iron and ironing board, which to us seems very odd because when we were living in London and we weren't renovating, I don't know, we'd both have the ironing board out at least once a week doing different bits of clothing or our bedding. And now we haven't got it out probably for about a year and a half maybe. So it's been quite a while. We use this baby all of the time. So Ollie wakes up in the morning and he actually steams his shirt in the morning and trousers. And I also steam my outfit. We steam like the sofa cushions. It's just really nice to give it a bit of a refresh. Anytime that we've like hung new curtains, I've steamed them. It's so practical and handy because it's just really easily portable. It's also really nice to hide away and just keep in your cupboard if you don't have a lot of storage space. And the one thing that I would say is that this one's good. It's really, really good. It works very well. It's quite heavy, so if you're gonna want to travel with it, probably not gonna be that easy to travel with. And I'm pretty sure when we have a little bit more of a setup, we're gonna invest in a bigger steamer that lasts for a little bit longer. But this is genuinely like our little best friend. Baskets. In particular for me, with baskets, I love them. It's something, again, that I wasn't into before, but since we moved here, just for putting away, hiding all your sins, it's great. So this one we use in our living room and it has our throws on for the evening. It makes it really neat and tidy. We just have it by the sofa and we chuck it in, but I'm now using baskets for absolutely everything. Case in point, I've got some really cute ones from H&M and I've got all of our cleaning microfiber cloths in them. Ollie always takes the mick at me, but I do genuinely keep them like this. We used to have some darker cool colors, but they kept losing their color or turning just everything else black. So we went for these blue ones, which don't really go with our theme, but they are much more practical. And this basket is from H&M and the other one is from HomeSense, who do a really nice selection. And I'm just such a convert to them on shelves, on the floor. They're kind of a good way to like semi-decorate a room if you're wanting to do it quite cheaply, just by, you know, putting it next to an armchair or a sofa and putting items in it, even like logs next to a fire. So I already briefly touched on the point that we're using our steamer and we're not ironing our bedding at the moment, which is something, if you asked me a year and a half ago, I'd be like, no, I'm gonna be that person who always irons their bedding. But here I am in a renovation, I'm not ironing our bedding. I still like our bedding to look nice, and the easiest way that I found to do that is to invest in a really nice bed throw that is white. Now the reason I say white is because the white is what makes it look really fresh and crisp. We picked this one up from the White Company actually a few years ago. It's so soft, because it's got a little pattern on it, it looks really nice, and I just chucked this over our like creased bedding and it just makes it look really neat with a few cushions. And it also makes our pink room look a little less pink, a little bit more neutral and calming. Now this isn't anything new, but I'm always surprised about the people that I talk to in my kind of friendship circles or family circles who don't have this, and you need to get yourself one. So this is our Alexa and these are our smart plugs, and we have these plugged in the rooms we use the most. So here in the living room, I'll insert video now, but we have them attached up to our 2 lamps which are over on our console table, and also the floor lamp, so that we can control our lamps by voice, and it just makes it feel so much more luxurious. It's really easy. It makes life Just so simple. I don't think I could ever go back to turning on lamps separately now. Like, it's just something that once you have it, you'll never go back. And I absolutely love lamps in a room. I quite like having quite a few, so this is a really good thing if you're not wanting to go around in the evening and turn on, and then also when you're going into bed, turn them all off separately. It's just as simple. Alexa, turn the lights on. Alexa, turn the lights off. And obviously this one does a load of other things too, but that's the main thing that we love, and I'd really recommend with the plugs. They often have these on offer, so it's good to look out for when they're doing a bundle. We have a load of these plugs because we know that we're going to be using them quite a lot throughout the house. Another one in our hallway, and another thing that we are going to be using a lot throughout the house, is strip lights. And I think a lot of people think that they're a lot more involved than they actually are, though ours are just bought off of Amazon, super cheap. All you do is plug them in, set them up with your Wi-Fi, and you're good to go. So I'll do a little lap over here of our mirror so that you can see them when they're on. So they're totally behind our mirror. We actually stuck them onto the back frame of our mirror, and they're plugged into a socket which is just behind the mirror. And as I mentioned, we've got an app on our phone, and I just log on to it and I can change colors. So quite a lot of you guys may have noticed that over Halloween, I think we had it purple. Oh, and I think a lot of you guys saw when we did Halloween and I had all of that pink party in the dining room, I also did them pink. So it just adds a really nice atmosphere, especially if you like entertaining, or you just want to use lighting as a real mood setter. And I think lighting is one of those things in a house that makes it look that much more put together. Somebody's like really aggressively stripping out there. Like, it sounds quite aggressive, whatever they're doing. I'm pretty sure that's a strimmer sound. Hopefully, can you guys hear it? Okay, I think it's kind of stopped. These bottles have been so amazing. We were looking for something to put our like dishwashing liquid in, and this one we actually have our soap in. I don't like having a lot of different bottles around the house, so we've kept these as a theme. We have them in every bathroom or every sink that we have, and it's just a really nice touch. I mean, at the moment we're just going for whatever hand wash that we can get our hands on, so it's nice to be able to dispense it into a bit of a nicer bottle. These come in different sizes, so the one that we've got like our dishwasher liquid in is a lot bigger, and then these smaller ones that are for like the hand cream and hand lotion. Haven't yet attacked these with my label maker, but I'm definitely going to be putting some labels on these to let you know what they are. And last but not least, number 10 is large oversized prints. Something that I think we can sometimes be, I'm definitely guilty of it, a bit scared to order the larger sizes. They're a little bit more of an investment, but just having a few larger prints in the home can really change the space and add a lot more impact. If you're renovating like us, you might not want to be putting anything on our walls. You may notice we haven't actually put anything up on our walls in here because we've not really decorated this room, and we're not planning on doing it anytime soon, but we've got some prints which just sit on our console table, and it's a really nice way to add something a little bit more homely to the space. Equally, you could be lying them on the floors. If you're renting and you don't want to be putting holes in your walls, then you can lean them up on different items, kind of dresses or that kind of thing. But the larger you get, the more impact, and you can also layer them with little prints. This kind of goes the same for mirrors. I feel like go big, go big, and it makes the space more impactful, and it's just nice to make it feel a little bit more lived in if you're living in something kind of temporary like we are right now. So they are the 10 things that have been making our home a bit more of a haven lately, or the things that if we had to pack up a box and take it to a new house, the things that I would bring out first and invest in time and time again for all of the different rooms. Let me know in the comments below if there are any that you feel like I missed, things that you really love and just can't live without, or just make your life so much easier. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. And also if you could subscribe, that would be amazing, because I know so many people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to my channel, and it does help a huge amount, and I do really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next video. I hope that you're all well. I'm thinking of you at this time. I'm gonna go off and eat my eggs now. I think after the yellow, it's then the pink and the purple and the whites. The whites don't taste of anything, I don't think. I don't know. Anyway, I'm still gonna eat them. And they still taste good.